In this presentation, we will examine a specific type of visualization, namely dashboards, which are designed to convey a maximum amount of essential information simply and clearly, indicating whether the set indicators have been achieved. We will focus on a dashboard called percentage of target. I will present its 4 basic types. Let's open the invoices aggregated data set. For the dashboards, we have aggregated sales data in quarterly and annual terms. The comparison covers the years 2022 and 2023, with the last column showing the projected sales for 2023. Our goal is to create a dashboard that compares sales in individual quarters and the entire year, while also considering the planned targets. Go to the Predictive Solutions menu, then Dashboard, then Percentage of Target, and select Thermometers. To correctly create this chart, we need to specify 3 essential pieces of information. First, we select the variable with time categories. In our case, this is the period variable. Next, we select the variable containing the analyzed feature, namely sales in 2023, recorded in the Sales 2023 variable. The last piece of information is the variable to which we will compare the sales results, Plan 2023. Using this information, we can determine whether and to what extent the plans were achieved and simultaneously compare the different periods. Additionally, as a reference value, we can indicate the previous year's sales. The last field allows you to include a variable containing a custom description that will be displayed on the chart instead of percentage values. For example, these could be absolute values of the analyzed variable. Now, let's move on to the Properties section, where we can modify how the dashboards are displayed. First, we will add a target line indicating the level of plan fulfillment, specifying whether the desired level should be different from the default 100%. Let's assume that in our example, we set the acceptable threshold at 95%. Next, depending on the data we have, we can decide up to what percentage level the chart should be scaled. The default is 100%. I will set it to 130%. Within the options, we can specify the sorting method for the results. I will leave the default settings. In the section on the right, we can choose the color scheme for the dashboard. Select the lights template. Remember, you have the option to generate charts in rows, and each chart in the dashboard can be generated as a separate object. This makes it easier to manage them when preparing and arranging the report. Leave these options unchecked and click OK. In the next step, under the Format button, we can set the chart sizes to best fit the report format we will use. I will skip this window and proceed to Legend. When deciding to display the legend on the chart, we must first decide from the drop-down menu whether it will be displayed horizontally or vertically. Regardless, it will always be visible below the output object. I will choose the horizontal option. The legend has its default description, but the user can insert their own, which will be loaded from the variable labels. I will leave the default description. When using the lights and inversed lights templates in the legend settings, we must indicate whether higher values are better or worse. Since I use the lights template, I will leave the default settings, meaning higher values are better. On the right side, we can set the legend area size independently of the chart size. Let's return to the main window by clicking OK. Finally, click OK and proceed to the report window. We see an attractive, visually rich chart that provides valuable information at a glance. We can see that the fourth quarter performed best, achieving 109% of the planned target. In contrast, the other quarters did not meet the sales targets unless we accept the 95% threshold for plan fulfillment. Furthermore, in the first quarter, the plans were fulfilled just over halfway. This resulted in the annual performance, where 90% of the plan was achieved. Thanks to PS IMAGO Pro, we can present the same information using different types of charts. One option is the dashboard visualization type, percentage of target, bars. In this visualization, for each category in the table, we can display the total sales and the percentage of plan fulfillment, and at the end, a chart summarizing this information. By adding a reference variable, such as the previous year's sales, a dot indicating the reference value appears. Red dots on the right side indicate quarters where the plan was not met, based on the alert variable. Additionally, in this visualization, users can color the values in individual columns using gradients based on the selected template. It is also worth mentioning the ability to add custom descriptions in another column, which is very useful when we want to display a manually calculated indicator value on the chart. Another type of dashboard in the percentage of target menu is the gauge, which uses a slider or clock to show the current status. Referring to the line indicating the level of plan fulfillment, we can see how the reality compares to the set plans. Another reference point could be the information about the percentage sales volume relative to the plan. The next dashboard available in the percentage of target section is bricks. This visualization allows you to specify the number of bricks at the base and the percentage value each cube represents. With all these options, we get a wide range of possible visualizations. In this presentation, I deliberately omitted showing individual dialog windows within this section. It is analogous to the first example, with slight differences appearing only in the options for specific visualizations. Dashboards from the percentage of target section will undoubtedly introduce a new quality to prepared reports. Their readability, simplicity of presentation, high information content, and ease of interpretation will streamline the decision-making process and facilitate a quicker and easier assessment of the current situation.